girl Mara, and today hiking with some of my friends, not really my friends, like people at the hike. And you know what we do when we come for hiking? I usually will ask people random questions, especially recent issues. So we're talking about paternity fraud and infidelity in marriages. So I want to know the opinions of people, what they think about going for paternity test after childbirth, and if it's a necessary thing for people in marriages to do. Because I've heard a lot of people complain about infidelity. We've had issues of paternity fraud. Recently, a celebrity's wife said that the husband had assumed that his kids are his, knowing fully well that they are married. And I think that is very problematic, and it's very funny for her to actually make such a statement, knowing fully whether you're married to this person and you're questioning him assuming. Why shouldn't he assume that the child is his when he's married to you? So I'd like to know what every other person has to say about paternity fraud and infidelity in marriages, and why it is necessary for people to go for this test after childbirth. There are different issues, there are different cases where we have like switch of birth and switch of child at birth, and these are issues that can actually warrant the whole DNA testing and when a child is not yours. But then let's talk about paternity fraud, and that's what we are concerned about. Stay chill and join me in today's conversation.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Benjamin Joshua.
Oh, your name is Benjamin. That's what I'll be calling you now. All right, a very quick one. So with the rate of infidelity in marriages, do you think it's necessary for married people to actually go for paternity test after childbirth, especially with the Nedu Wazobia case that is currently trending?
I feel it's relative. It depends on who you're married to. You know, trust is a big thing, personally. So there are people that you know that you trust so much. In as much as, you know, you can't believe people 100%. But I feel it's still necessary. Once you're having doubts, it's good to clear your doubts.
Hi, my name is P-Dad. To me, I don't really think it's necessary, because when you start dating someone, you tend to trust them, you tend to know them more. So leading to marriage that idea should not be like something that will cause mistrust in the marriage, that, oh, I want to test if the child is mine or not. So far as you guys are in a relationship, you guys already did courtship, fine. That means the trust is there before you guys proceeded into marriage in the first place, down to childbirth.
Okay, my name is Oluchi Peter. Yeah,
Nice to have you here, Oluchi.
Nice to have you.
So a very quick one. With the rate of infidelity in marriages in Nigeria, not just Nigeria actually, do you think that it's necessary for couples to like go for a paternity test after childbirth with the Nedu's incident currently trending?
So you know about that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for this question. And my own opinion, because I like using my opinion. No, people have different perspective of life about things. So my own opinion, I think yes, it is necessary. Because why won't it be necessary? Since we can do different tests, like know your genotype, know whether you have STDs or not, why not do a DNA test after delivery to be sure of your paternity? Because I'm not saying that girls are too promiscuous or something like that, but in the sense that a lot of things are happening. Yes, and I'm not also saying that it will make you not to have trust over your husband or your wife, but for being sure, for you to be sure. It's not like they don't have faithful ladies or faithful guys out there, but to clear that narrative of I'm not even sure if that's my child, so that even when you are in an argument with your couple, with your wife, you can't say such a word, because I think that thing really hurts when after giving birth your husband will come tell you that I'm not even sure if this is my son or my daughter. So it feels so like I'll feel depressed even when I'm sure he is your child. I'll feel down. So taking DNA test, as they call it, is not a bad thing to me. I think so. I also think that it will reduce infidelity, because you being aware that your husband is going to do that fear will be inside of you. When the thought comes, you can be like, I don't know if I get pregnant, unless you're ready to abort. But if you're not ready to, so you'll be scared. You'll be scared, like, if I should get pregnant now, this man will go for DNA test. And what if the child is not his? So I will be disgraced, embarrassed, maybe thrown out of my house. So I think that's not a good thing for me.
All right, thank you so much. Hello. So my name is Mara. And your
My
name?
name is Larry.
Okay.
I'm Valentino. The way the thing always goes, people feel that the paternity test has to do with trust. So I feel that it doesn't have to do with trust. It's just the guy trying to confirm. No, for real. Sometimes it's not about trust.
But how you go feel? You go tell your wife that kind of thing. Like after birth, ask your wife, babe, I want to confirm.
So babe, I want to do a DNA test. Then you guys will discuss on it. Okay, why? Then you tell her your reasons why you want to do the DNA test. Okay, my reasons are confirm with the whole killing that is going on in the country like this.
You say, why don't you trust her?
I don't trust. That's why I said sometimes people take it emotionally.
Yeah, but on this
It's about
trust, based on this trust issue that you're trusting your wife, there are many marriages like this that they have children, but the children is not the man's own, as because of this trust issue. So I feel like in a relationship where you are married, there should be a level where you can trust yourself to go for a paternity test. So you have to build that trust that yes, we can go for paternity test. Yeah, it has to be agreed. Because based on trust, come on me, if not trust, I don't trust anybody. With everything I'm seeing like this in this world, not true.
For me, I feel while building the relationship, like you should have that conversation with your wife.
Exactly.
To the extent that you can go for a test after birth.
Yes,
You know, before marriage, people go through a lot of tests. They do a lot of tests to confirm, I don't know, their status and whether they are okay, compatible, and all of that. So why do you think having a paternity test
should not be a problem? You can go through all those kind of tests. So a paternity it shouldn't be a problem at all.
The world today is crazy, so you just have to be sure.
If you were in Nedu's shoe, what would you do? Like in that situation, your wife telling you that you assume that your child is yours in a marriage. Not like you guys are even dating or your side chick and she said you assumed. How will you feel? What will you do?
First of all, there's no more marriage now.
Maybe she didn't go out there.
She don't trust me now. She don't even
When in normal
respect me. She don't even respect me.
Like the fact that she has to say that
He assumed.
For years.
he's supposed to he did not ask. So what's me of that? I do not ask.
Wicked.
My own what kind
Sorry.
of
Tell you that's wickedness. Because their husband and wife is not like they are dating. They are dating now is a different scenario that okay. It's an open relationship now. It's a different thing. But marriage is just me and you in this relationship. How would legally and officially say that okay, it's just me and you, I'm your husband and you're my wife. So there shouldn't be that scenario of you telling me that I assumed that a child that
There's no more
that
wedding,
marriage.
There's no more marriage.
ASAP, make sure they go out.
Because he's like the father to those children, so you still try his best.
But it's not divorce, all those divorce sharps.
So I
But
feel
it's
like
not more obligated like directly.
yeah, exactly.
So the man,
They can just be involved.
the original father, come. So two of them parents.
I'm Raji Babatunde, but people know me as Baresi.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Do I think it is okay? I think it is okay because with the situation we are having in our society these days, due to economic issue, political toughness on people, poverty is pushing people to a lot of things, and fidelity of marriages is becoming to be under question. And due to that, you know, this maternity issue we're talking about is issue of having conjugal relationship with people. And you sometimes biologically you might not know when you even conceive. Most of the time it is not the fault of some ladies are not that they are giving another person's baby to somebody else.
Like
But,
switch at birth?
no, what I'm saying is that women are not sometimes particularly doing it. It might be error. Due to they may not know the person that they slept with that owns the baby. You know, I can sleep with a woman today and she will be pregnant biologically and she will not know. Having sex with another person, then she will now discover she might not know herself. And switch of baby in the hospital that you say is another issue. You know, and some people may not even have the baby themselves. Not that they went to go and sleep with another person. Maybe they have been looking for baby.
Angle.
They don't have baby. They arrange with this fake the borderless baby home and things like that. Like we are seeing the most part of eastern part of the country. They fake their pregnancy. They travel abroad. They come back with a child and they say it is yours just because they want to secure their marriage. This thing is a very dynamic issue, but base in base, because it is always so bad. At the end of the day, maybe you are traveling abroad, you need to do something, you now discover later in the day when you have invested on a child, mostly not about money but emotionally. Because I used to say it, do I have 2 kids, 2 boys who naturally look like everybody in my generation, my lineage. We have a look, we have a trait, they have it. But even at that, I will never ever do such. I will not do DNA test for my children, because I cannot afford to manage the consequence of knowing they are not mine.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yes. The love I have for him, Matthew, the love he had for me, to now maybe in the next 20 years, somebody will now tell me they are not my children. Even if they are not, which I know they are 100%. But even if they are not, I rather die knowing they are mine, rather than knowing they are not mine. When it is not possible for me to handle. In that quest, I will not be able to. I don't want to hear it. I used to even say something. I trust my wife 100%, 100%, yes, even more than the way I trust myself. But I used to tell God, if she does such, God should never let me know, because I don't just want to have the idea.
Thank you.
My name is Ichadu.
My name is Machinedi Celeste. For my own opinion, I think if a man is to carry that out, except he doubts his wife and every other thing, he can do it without her knowing than him asking the wife first to take out such DNA test.
Why?
We have to trust people, but you can't be totally sure of who you are trusting.
Probably now, most people are not to be trusted. And the amount of it is really crazy outside now. We have so many little shit like fucking up marriages and all. And that's part of the main problem. Nobody's to be trusted. So I really don't see the necessity of it, but actually now it's compulsory. You have to do it. It's compulsory.
My name is Timlane. You can call me TM.
TM, nice to have you here.
I think it's very necessary with what we are seeing now. They say we're in Rome, you act like Romans. And what is actually happening is our present generation. I think it's very, 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 very necessary for us to do it. Because sometimes a lot of people entered marriages not because they actually love the person. They are still in love with maybe their ex, and they're still. So it's very important for you to just do DNA test. It's very, very important. I would like to do. Because if you listen to the Lee's wife's story, then you should know that I think it's necessary. Because how can your wife telling you that you are assuming, overthinking?
Yeah.
Then no matter how much you trust someone in this generation now, you shouldn't be raising another person's child when the mother knows the father of the child. So I think it's very necessary, no matter how much you trust the person. Because sometimes it can be just one mistake the woman did and turn to that baby. So there's nothing you can do about it. So I think it's very important for us to do DNA test. You can actually forgive the mother for the infidelity, that kind of thing. But when a child is involved, you need to know maybe it's your child or not. So I think it's very, very important. With the rate of infidelity in this generation, DNA test is necessary. Very, very necessary.
Hi, my name is Zach. Personally, I think it's necessary to do that, especially at the rate at which paternity fraud is right now in Nigeria. It's an alarming rate, and you need to know whether a child is yours or not, because you don't want to be, for example, in a situation after so many years catching for someone else's child, and later to discover that they are not his children. So me personally, I think it's very necessary to do that, so that you can be on the safer side, to know whether this child or these children are mine or not. So, but then everything still depends on the parents, the husband and the wife. You don't want a situation whereby the man is okay, I want to do this, and the wife said something that it can actually cause havoc in the family. So I think it's still based on mutual understanding between the husband and the wife. But personally, I think it is very necessary to do paternity test for child.
Okay, so I've been asking people and I want to ask you too. What do you think? Do you think it's necessary for married people to actually go for paternity test after childbirth?
Yes, it is. Because from the look of things, I think there shouldn't be any big deal. If you don't have any conclusion concerning the use of paternity test, I think, even if it's possible, immediately after birth, I think it's something they can carry out as just to be as a provision of results on how it is, because there are some people they don't take things to heart. Even outsiders at times, when they look through the children, they will see the difference between the parents. This child doesn't belong to this, it doesn't look like this. Okay, for example, now you are a person that have like a very big nose. Your dad has a very big nose. So I think with that, when you are giving birth to and they see your nose like let's say it in Yoruba, and there are some particular people to me say I looks exactly like his dad. So I think this is not an most important thing I want to talk about is this issue of the child doesn't belong to him or the child belongs to him. There are some particular people, and let's say in the hospital, that they do change babies. At times it's not the woman's fault. When you get to find out, you will see it was a paternity fraud. So I think there's no big deal when people try to do that. It's all for your own protection. Because for example, just like the current case we have now concerning this issue of our artist called Mubad, if in his absence, if it's something they've done during the birth, and all these cases just come up now, there will be something to provide to people to prove and to defend yourself that we've actually done this when his dad was alive. So all these unnecessary arguments, unnecessary conversations, it won't be coming up. And I think with that, it is never a big deal. You will include the issue of paternity test immediately after birth in the hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi there, my name is Arimide Joseph. Yes, I think I won't say couples, because it's not a thing of the woman not trusting her kid. It's a thing of the man himself. So now, the thing about paternity test is, no matter how you phrase it, telling your partner, the woman, just waking up and saying, hey babe, I want to do a DNA for our child, even if she trusts you, and eventually turns out that it's yours, coming back from there, how do we go from there? You understand? So while I think you should do it, I would say if you are going to do it without your wife's knowledge. You understand? Because it's quite easy to do it without your wife's knowledge, because when you bring up that question initially, once you just say, hi, what's up? I want to go and do a DNA test, blah blah. Even if I don't care how long the love has been between you guys, it becomes a rough patch from there on out, even if you've been married for decades. So the idea is to do the paternity test, but without our consent. You understand? When you discover that, okay, this is mine or this is not mine, then you can now move forward. If it's yours, you can keep quiet. I would say that. But if it's not yours, then you can confront and say, okay, I did a test, it's not mine. So if she's trying to say, no, it's yours, how did you betray me? You can just show her the test. You understand? But saying you want to do it before doing the test, we just ruin the trust, and trust is marriage.
My name is Moturaya. Okay, nice to have you here today. So I'm going to ask a very quick question. Do you think it's necessary for married people to go for paternity test after childbirth, with the rates of infidelity in marriages and paternity fraud, especially the Nedu Azobia case and Mohbad situation?
I think it's not one cap fit all. For couples that don't trust themselves, yes, they can go for paternity. But for couples that, I think, because to some extent, paternity tests break trust in marriage, because a lot of people, they find out some things that they are not supposed to find out. And some wives, they come from the perspective of, oh, my husband cannot give me a baby, so just to cover the shame, I go elsewhere to look for the baby. Then we have children. Now he's doubting the paternity of the child. But most importantly, it's based on trust. If you don't trust your partner, you can go ahead and do the paternity. But most importantly, the person that gives birth to a child does not necessarily mean the father of the child. It's the person that brings up the child that is the father of the child. We have a lot of sperm donors, but the person that takes good care of the child is the father. So to me, if you feel you want to do it, if you have doubts, you can't do it, but I don't really advise it. Your child is your child. The most important thing is that you are the one feeding the child, you are the one taking care of the child, and that is what the child will grow up to recognize at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My name is Rotimi.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you very, very much.
So a very quick one.
Yeah.
I would like to know, what do you think with the rates of infidelity in marriages? Do you think it's necessary for married people to actually go for paternity test after childbirth, especially with the Nedu scenario and also
case,
Mohbad?
yes. So before the wife's story came up, I actually never followed up on the story. But when I watched the video where the interview with the wife, or with the ex-wife rather, I think it's very important. And this is not even to speak against anybody's character or what was the word now? Honesty or trust or anything. This is just, I think this should be like the norm, because the person you least expect it from, they can do that too. And most cases they don't even mean to. Some things happen out of a mistake. Sometimes, you know, one time mistake, before you know it, one time mistake can lead to a lifetime of regret. So I think if you have any doubts, act on it. That is probably your God telling you that there's something wrong. And as the woman, and for the women, I don't think you should have it as someone questioning your trust or honesty in this matter. Just see it as the way life is now. We are all having trust issues here and there. A lot of things are happening up and down. So if you can talk to your spouse about it, you can talk to your wife about it. But if you have any doubts that, okay, this child might not be mine, please, as soon as possible, act on it. You know what to do on time before. I mean, it's unfortunate, but then there's nothing we can do about it. It's the way it is. It is what it is. Exactly. So,
Thank you.
Thank you very,
Thank you so much. It was nice to have you.
Thank you. Nice to have you too.
Bye.
Bye bye, Marastok. Bye bye, everybody. My name is Rotimi, and I'm single.
Hello guys, it's a super amazing section today. Like, I had wonderful conversations with people at the hike. It was very interesting. So like, there are different angles to this question. Like, there are different angles to this particular issue of paternity fraud and infidelity in marriages. Some people are saying that, oh, if you have trust in your wife, you don't have to go ahead to do it. But if you're having trust issues, then it's fine to do it. And if you want to do it, don't actually tell your wife before doing it. Maybe after doing it and you see the results and it's cool, you can just forget about it. But if it's not, then you can start talking about it, because once you ask your wife for a paternity test, there is this narrative that comes, oh, you don't trust me, this marriage is going to break down. Like, that's what leads to like the end of most marriages, because of trust issue and doubt. So let me know what you think about this conversation. Do you think it's necessary for people to actually go through with this? Do you think consent is important, or do you think you should just go behind your wife to do a paternity test? Let me know in the comment section, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marastok on YouTube, and on Instagram, Marastok Official. Thank you. See you during the next hike. Bye.